Hi friends, welcome to your practice. My name's Sophie and we're doing a 20-minute class today. You'll need a blanket or soft ground. So if you're on carpet or your ground is pretty soft, then you don't need one, but we're gonna do a lot of knee down stuff and I just want your knees to be comfortable on the ground. When you're ready, we're going to get started with the toes tucked behind us in toes pose. So you're going to lift up so you can tuck them and sit back. And if you can, turn to face the side of your mat. It doesn't matter which side, but you're facing one side of your mat. And you're spreading your toes. Close your eyes. Notice what you feel inside of you. Maybe you notice some physical sensations, some emotions. What does it feel like to be you right now, without judgment? Take a breath in through your nose and a slow breath out of the mouth. And blink the eyes open. And rise up so that you're no longer sitting on your heels, and untuck your toes behind you so your tops of your feet are just on the ground. And take your right leg out to the right. So you're pressing into the outer edge of your right foot, and the whole right foot is on the ground. Then slide your right hand down, take your left arm up and over to the right. You'll feel a stretch through the right side body. Keep pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. Breathe deep into the torso. So feel your rib cage expanding on the inhales. Then you'll slowly rise up as you take the arms out to a T shape and bring your left hand to the ground and take your right arm over your ear into gate pose. Press again into the outer edge of your right foot and reach your right fingertips as far away as you can from your right foot. Soften around the neck so there's less effort around the neck. Reach the right arm straight up and we'll rise back up. Put your hands on your hips. Turn your right toes to face either the front or the back of the mat, whichever way you're situated right now. And then bend your right knee. And we're going to start to pulse in and out of that. Or really lunge in and out of it. So go to the side and up. So we're sort of mobilizing, like lubricating the joints of the hips. Finding that dynamic movement. Connect it with the breath. Breath is steady. And then next time your knees bent, stay there. Put your right fingertips inside of your right foot and take your left arm over your ear. Then put your left hand behind your head and turn your head and your chest open more to the ceiling. Spread your toes on your right foot. And reach your left arm up, rise back up, hands on your hips, and then bring your knees together. And we'll do all of that on the other side. So take your left leg out to the left and press into the outer edge of the left foot. Then bring your left hand down your left leg and your right arm up and over. Left shoulder down away from your ear in particular. And the right arm, feel free to let that shoulder go right by the ear as you reach up and over. So whenever we have the arms overhead, we let the shoulders rise and stretch. We don't have to worry about moving them away from the ear. Notice if you're arching your low back, can you kind of draw your ribs in a little bit to maintain the integrity of the core? And then rise back up. Set your right hand down on the ground. Left arm goes over your ear. We're really pulling the body apart in all directions. BKS Iyengar, famous yogi, stated that in this way, when we do yoga, when we pull our bodies apart in all different directions, we can find enlightenment, find ourselves. It's within the subtle cues and awareness of the body. We're going to rise back up. Put the hands on the hips. Bend your left knee, turn it to face the side, toes facing the side, and we go in and out. So we're combining this dynamic movement where we're moving back and forth with some long holds, and that's what's good for the body. The holds aren't that long, but longer than going in and out. Let's do 2 more of these. And then on this next one, you're going to hold. Put your left fingertips down inside of your left foot. Reach your right arm up and over your ear. Bend a little more into that right knee. Into the left knee, I'm sorry. Then slowly rise back up. Hands on the hips, knees together. Tuck your toes, sit back and lift your knees up off of the ground. I'll show from the side here, you're kind of curling into yourself. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Set the knees down. And now we're still facing the side of the mat. We're going to take the blanket wider if you can, if you have one. And we're going to do frog pose. So legs wide, feet flexed. Forearms to the ground or hands to the ground. Just be aware of your body and your limits. We want this to feel like a big stretch, but not be painful. So kind of finding your limit of discomfort and where you want to be. Now find a little movement, kind of rock back and forth, forward and backwards, just a little bit. And you might find that, for me, like my knees slide a little further apart. But again, you don't want to overdo it. And then find stillness whatever angle it feels best for you. Feel free to close your eyes so you can go inwards, if that helps you. Maybe let your head drop. And we'll be here for just a couple more breaths. Just allow yourself to be fully absorbed in the moment, in the sensation. What does it feel like to be you right now? One more breath. Rise back up onto your hands. And slowly bring those knees back together. And again, we're going to tuck the toes, go back. The heels are lifted, but you're rounding yourself into a little ball. Forehead towards your knees. Then bring your knees down to the ground. Turn and face the short edge of your mat now so that you're in tabletop. Cat cows here, arch and round. We'll do one more round of cat cow. We'll make our way to down dog. Feel free to move the blanket or refold it, whatever you need to do. Take your feet nice and wide for down dog. And if you can, take them off of the mat. If your mat's sliding when you do this, then just keep them on the mat. Otherwise, they can be on the outer edges. And then walk your hands back a little bit. So you're basically in a Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged fold, but you want your hands to be out in front of you a little bit, maybe on your fingertips, kind of like you're doing a down dog in the upper body. But you want the weight in your heels. Let your head drop between your arms. Keep crawling the fingertips forward while keeping the weight in your heels. Engage your glutes and lift them up towards the sky. Deep breaths into the rib cage, feeling the rib cage fill and expand on the inhales. Now walk your hands all the way back so they're right under your shoulders. Plant your left hand down and reach your right arm up. Bend your left knee into a side lunge. Continue to twist to your right while your left knee is bent. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down and straighten your left leg. Then reach your left arm up and twist to your left. Bend your right knee. You might take your legs even wider if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, straighten both legs. Walk your hands back out. Come into a down dog. The feet will come closer together now. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, open up your hip. And step your right foot outside of your right hand. Shift front to back in lizard. Set your left knee down onto the ground. And you can stay here, or you can bring your forearms to the earth. Maybe you have blocks and you put your forearms on blocks. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot if you want. Press into the top of the left foot. And decide, do you want to drop your head and relax the back of the neck? Or do you want to keep the head a little bit lifted so the crown of the head is reaching forward and the spine is long? That's your choice. Two different ways you can choose intentionally to do this pose. Come back up onto your hands and put your right hand on your inner right thigh. You might stay here in this lovely twist, or you might bend the back knee and grab onto your foot. Pull that foot towards you so you really get a nice stretch in your left quads. Those 4 big muscles on the front of the left thigh. Release your foot. Slide your right foot between your hands and lift your back knee up. Pyramid pose. So step your back foot up and in a little bit, straighten both legs. Left toes are turning to the left slightly. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Draw your right hip back. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Actively press down into your right big toe. Press down into your pinky toe. Feel that connection of your foot into the earth. Maybe walk your hands further forward. Put your left hand down or fingertips down inside of your right foot. Reach your right arm up, twist into revolved triangle or revolved pyramid, whichever one you'd like to call it. Sometimes when I go into the revolved portion of this pose, I like to slide my left foot a little further back for a wider stance. And keep your left leg engaged, your thigh pressing back. Your right arm reaching. Can you rotate a little more through your right chest or through your only chest? Bring your right hand down to the ground and step back into low lunge. Put your back knee down, reach your arms up. Bring your hands together. Interlace them, make Kali Mudra, so index fingers together and thumbs together, and then lean back. The front of the left hip is stretching, the hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down. We'll step back to down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee, open up your hip. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Shift front to back. Set your right knee down, untuck your toes. Either stay here or put your forearms down. Regardless of which option you're choosing, would you like to have a broad chest? Or do you want to relax the head and the back of the neck? What do you need today? And if it feels good, you can roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Rise back up onto your hands. Put your left hand on your inner left thigh and push it away from you. Option to reach back for your foot, your right foot. Rotate a little more with every exhale. Release the foot down. Bring the hands down to the ground. Slide your left foot between your hands. Lift your back knee. Pyramid pose. Lengthen the spine. Keep the back of the neck long so you're looking right down right in front of your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Spread the toes on the left foot. Press down into your left big toe. Press down into your pinky. Lift the inner arch of the left foot. Option to walk your hands forward. Now bring your right hand back, just parallel with your left foot. And we're going to reach the left arm up. Maybe you have to step your right foot back a little further. And so we're twisting, revolve triangle, Parvrita Trikonasana. Continue to anchor your left hip back as you strengthen your right thigh back. Inhale. Exhale, put your left hand down. Step your right foot back. Put your knee down onto the ground and reach the arms up. Interlace your hands. Keep your thumbs and index fingers together and straight. And lift up and arch back. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Lift your back knee and step back to downward facing dog. Set your knees down on the ground Knees together. Let your belly rest on the thighs as you come back into a child's pose, but bring your hands by your sides, or you can grab onto your heels and let your head rest on the ground. Let your shoulders melt. Slowly rise up. We're going to sit and bring the feet together. Slide them close to you. Wrap your hands around your feet. Press your knees down. Start to lean forward. Lead with your chest and fold. Press your elbows into your thighs. Take 2 more deep breaths. Rise up. Cross the legs. We'll bring the hands together at the heart. And we're going to end our practice here in gratitude. Let's bow our heads. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this 20-minute class. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I will have a QR code to my Patreon on the screen right here. I also have a link below if you'd like to support through Patreon. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.